Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I'm live and in person via Facecam, so the video already got 40% more handsome. Got some good Apex Legends gameplay for you, but I'm here in Facecam today because I have an important topic to talk about. Right now, I'm streaming live on Mixer for Gamers for Giving, which is a big charity event that raises money for children. You can find the link down here below in the description, and I would appreciate it if any of you could give any support, even just AFK watching, even a dollar donation, literally anything for the kids I would appreciate. And unlike most days and most streams, today I will dance for your dollars. Today I am desperate, and if you have money, I will answer ridiculous questions and do ridiculous things, even offering my hair and my wife's hair and our bodies as prizes, relatively, right? But let's talk about why I'm doing this and why it matters. This charity is very personal to me because I suffered from exactly what they aim to fix. When I was 9 years old, I was diagnosed with having a brain tumor. It was a terrifying, horrifying event for a kid, and it meant rushing to the hospital for immediate hospitalization. Thankfully, it turned out not to be a brain tumor, but a different, rarer, more complicated disorder called a pseudotumor cerebri. That's something that's understood a little bit better today, but wasn't so well understood then, so I had doctors and neurologists and specialists and people from all over the world just kind of scrambling to figure out what was going wrong. And I ended up spending 6 weeks in the hospital, maybe closer to 2 months. I was a little kid, so it's a bit hard to remember, and I was getting constant tests done. MRI, CT scan, X-ray, blood work, just, physical body examinations, eye dilations and examinations, and I even had some crazy test where they shaved my head and put like electrodes directly on it in various places to try to measure something. They made me look at a screen that moved around. I really don't understand what the goal with that one was. I've never had that test again. But needless to say, it was a rough 6 weeks. During that 6 weeks, I also had 3 spinal taps, one of which was done without anesthetic and was also botched, which caused a significant amount of pain for a little kid. And because much more spinal fluid was taken out than what should have been, it left me bedridden for just shy of a month. So most of the time that I was in the hospital as a kid, I was stuck in the bed. Now, thankfully, I was blessed in that it didn't cause spinal cord damage, and I could still walk and move and sit up and do things with my legs and abs just fine. That worked okay. But for whatever reason, it just utterly destroyed the, balance system in my body. So anytime I sat upright, just even a little bit, I immediately got a huge migraine and got dizzy and sick, and I just couldn't function. It was extremely painful, and that was after like a week later when the back stopped hurting. So I had to lay in bed and stare at the ceiling, or maybe on my side a little bit, but I couldn't tilt my head too much one way or the other, do anything to disturb the balance of my body, and it took me a very long time to get over that, and it left me stuck there in the hospital. And at 9 years old, this was pure misery. Just tell a 9-year-old to lay in bed and stare at the ceiling, or maybe roll over on your side for a few minutes and whatever. And that's awful. There's a limit. I could prop myself up like a little bit, so I could still watch the TV in the hospital, but there's a limit to the amount of daytime TV I could watch before my brain starts melting. My parents gave me books and toys, but I had limited ability to, the books were okay, but I exhausted them quickly. The toys I really couldn't play with because I couldn't move. And Dallas Children's Hospital, which is where I was at, was a very nice hospital. They had this huge, multi-story model train thing for kids to go look at. They had a Troy Aikman playroom that had a little jungle gym in there, and they had game consoles and TVs and toys and stuff, but I couldn't go because I basically couldn't sit up or move very much without experiencing extreme pain. But I did get to see other kids go, big groups of kids going down to the playroom to have some fun. And, I knew even then that, yeah, there's some kids worse off than me, and I was glad that I wasn't dying, but it was still hard. It was painful. It was difficult for a 9-year-old to take in. That was a long, boring, and painful 6 weeks. Being in a hospital for that long with no entertainment is legitimately depressing. What Gamers for Giving aims to do is to provide mobile gaming stations, which they call go-karts, to children's hospitals for kids and teens to play. They're essentially an Xbox and PlayStation on wheels with the monitor and gaming and controller and everything built in. But there's a catch to this. They are extraordinarily expensive units costing $4,000 each because they have to be built to medical grade standards. I thought the same thing. I was like, Zach, why can't you go to IKEA, get one of the little IKEA carts, like glue a monitor to it and you're done. And they're like, no, the hospital requires it be made with this kind of plastic and this kind of metal, with this kind of coating and this kind of polish and angles, and it has to have exactly these kind of wheels with this kind of rubber and this kind of grip, and the electrical grid has to be like where you plug it into the wall, and the Xbox and PlayStation and stuff has to be a specific thing, and it has to be this specific type of monitor, and we have to get a custom controller built with antimicrobial plastic and yada yada yada. It has to be built to the same quality standards that all the other medical stuff does, or hospitals just won't allow it. So that drove the price way up. But the idea, however, is to build medical grade gaming little cart things, units, so that they're on wheels, they roll around, so that you can take these around the hospital and let people play games and have a good time. You know, it's to provide some sort of quality of life for young patients to be able to log in and play Fortnite or Call of Duty or Apex or just Smash Brothers or just something like that on wheels, which they probably couldn't do otherwise or may not even have at home. And this helps their quality of life. A good attitude, laughing, and comfort are literally proven to be good for recovery. And I know that's one of the big criticisms the charity gets, is that, hey, this charity doesn't cure cancer or whatever. And like, no, it makes kids more comfortable, makes their life not miserable while they're in the hospital getting cured of whatever their problem is. So this is a charity I raise money for every single year. And it's also one of the very few times that I have a direct ask of you, the audience, the viewer, the subscriber. I am asking you to come out and participate, to open your wallets, to donate, to at least watch, to do something this year to help somebody other than yourself. And this year is different for me because it's the first time that I'm not at the actual giant convention center event that they have. I'm streaming from home because I had some things that I had to take care of here and I wasn't able to travel this year. It's also the first year that I've done this on Mixer instead of YouTube. And in complete honesty with you guys and with Mixer if they're watching, I have not been able to grow on Mixer like I have on YouTube. And I know I have a bigger audience here on YouTube. And I know that it's you know, fundraising on YouTube's a little hard. I know that Mixer crowd is really generous, but there's a big scale difference there, so to speak. So I'm nervous that this year might be the first year that I'm unable to raise enough money to get a go-kart built. I hope that's not true, but I've got two things that I want to ask you guys to do if you're willing. Number one is to click the link in the description and donate some money to the link there. Literally any amount of money helps. If you have $1 to spare, good, donate $1. If you've got 10 grand, hey, you just built 2 carts and some change. That's good too. Anything helps. I'm putting some of my money in too, so don't worry about that. And number two, this one is going to sound greedy, but I promise it's not. I want you to go and check out the Mixer stream and watch. It's linked down there below in the description as well. If you donate through the stream, it can pop up on stream so that other people can see it and so that you can, you know, capture it and have a little clip for yourself of me reading your name and message and it's something nice like that. But if you come watch the Mixer stream, it also helps push my stream up higher on the list in the rankings so that the charity stream is more easily discoverable. I am not famous enough on Mixer to hit that front page by myself. That ain't gonna happen. But if enough of you come to watch, you will significantly increase that and significantly increase the chance that other Mixer users come in and see it and decide to donate and do something nice for today. It's a greedy ask to come watch, even if you just like open it up and AFK in a browser or something, but it's a numbers game. Fundraising is a numbers game. It's a numbers game of viewers and money in and money per viewer and stuff like that. And today, I just want the numbers to be in favor of raising money for the children. I want to get a go-kart built. I want to provide yet another one to Dallas Children's Hospital and actually improve somebody else's life, but I can't do that alone, and I hope that you all decide to help me. That is all for today's video. If you enjoyed, you could subscribe, but I would rather you just donate. Drifter out.